Dear ones, this is your science for Monday, starting here with light and dark. We are going to read together from page 38 to page, I think it's 41. Let's just see quickly. To page 41, yes. I'm going to read with you these pages. 4.1 says light sources. A light source makes light. How many light sources can you see here? Look on this picture and point to the light sources that you can see and tell your mom or dad or your guardian, that's a light source and there's a light source and I can see another light source, and you name them. What are they? Good. Words to learn is light, moon, sun, these you know, and the word reflect means, for instance, when the sun's rays hit the earth, a lot of the heat is reflected back to space. You can see, for instance, your reflection in the mirror, okay? Okay, but reflect here in this sense means when the sun's rays hit the earth, a lot of the heat is reflected back into space. Okay, let's turn. These objects are not light sources. They do not make light. Some objects reflect light. The light bounces off them. Okay? The moon reflects light from the sun. Water and mirrors reflect light. Okay, let's read this one more time. These objects are not light sources. These ones here. Okay? They do not make light. Some objects reflect light. That means the light bounces off them. Just like here when I told you the sun's rays hit the earth. Okay, and they bounce then off back into space. Okay, the moon reflects light from the sun. Okay, water and mirrors reflect light. Okay, so if you look into water, like the story that I read you on Zoom where the lion watched himself in the well, his reflection was on the water, and when he jumped into the well, he drowned. Can you remember that? All right, and when you look into a mirror, what do you see? You see yourself. Okay, now activity 4.1. Is it a light source? Okay, here's a boy sitting and he has got a torch like under his chin. So the light source, which is a torch, lightens up only his face. All right. You will need fabric to make a dark place. You can just close the curtains in your room, and objects to test. Take some objects into a dark place. Sorry. Can you predict which objects are light sources? Let me just do this and I can go on reading. Objects that are not light sources will look dark. Okay? What have you learned? Light sources make light, like your torch makes light, a car's lights in front, the headlights, they make light, and so on. A fire can make light. The sun is a light source. There are many other light sources. Okay, that was page 39. Let's go to the next page. Now we come to darkness. Hafiz, that's a boy's name, is in his bedroom. It is quite dark in his bedroom, but there is some light. Can you see how light is getting in? Okay. Here is his bed. He's lying there or sitting there on his bed, sort of. That is the window. So the curtains here are not closed properly. And he says, I can see in the dark. Okay, words to learn, dark and torch. When there is very little or no light, we say it is dark. We need some light to see. Okay? Of course, we need light to see in the dark. Okay. It is dark in this cave. Here's a cave. The man has a torch. Okay, the torch makes light so he can see. He shines the torch on the cave walls here, and that is the reflection that you see from the torch light. Okay. Here is the person standing. It's a little bit dark, your picture, but I'm explaining now. Okay, page 41 is the last page we go through, activity 4.2. Can you see in the dark? Kiri is this girl's name, wants to see what is in the box, but it is dark. She cannot see anything. What will you need? A small cardboard box, like a shoebox for instance, with a lid. You need a torch, a small object to go inside the box, okay? Kiri is using a torch. Now there is light in the box. She can see inside. Remember, she made that little hole there, and she is shining her torch into that hole. She has got also a hole on the side of her box, so the light reflects into her eye. Can you see in the dark? Try looking into a dark box yourself to find out. What have you learned? Darkness is when there is very little or no light. Remember that. We cannot see without some light. Okay? There you go. That is for today, and here are some facts also which we will go through. Facts about light sources, which you have to memorize. The sun is a light resource. Remember, the sun is a star. Stars are light resources. The moon is not a light resource. Can you remember what we read here somewhere here? Let me just see. Here. On page 39 we read, the moon reflects the light from the sun. Okay? That is why the moon is not a light resource. Now, the association between light and heat, the difference between light and heat, that's what this word means. Most light sources get very hot. Okay? Like your oven, your stove, a candle that is lit. When materials get very hot, they give off light. All right? Metal and rock give off red or orange light when they are very hot. Okay. Good facts about darkness. Darkness is the absence of light. That means there is no light. That's why it's dark. Okay, go through this with your parents again. They can explain to you a little bit again and try to remember. They can even ask you some questions. Is a star a light resource? Yes. Is the sun a light resource? Yes or no? Yes. Which resource is not a light resource that is up in the sky or in space? Then you can say the moon is not a light resource, and so on and so forth. Okay, enjoy this. We'll go on then tomorrow. Thank you.